You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Andrew Jamiel, who is playing with the Fan Controlled Football League as a franchise player. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there,
Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional football?
Yeah. That's been a dream of mine since I was 7 years old. Any little kid that plays football and loves football wants to play professionally. I didn't think that my first professional league would be the Fan Controlled Football League, obviously, because it's kind of a newer thing. But coming out of college, I had a real good college career, so I knew I was good enough to play in the pros. So the fact that I was given an opportunity to play professional football against some really good talent was amazing.
What was your collegiate time like?
It was amazing. I went Division II. I played at Stonehill College, which is in Massachusetts, so it wasn't too far from home. And they gave me a good scholarship, so I knew they wanted me, and it felt like a good fit. I ended up going there, and I broke every receiving record all time in my college, which is pretty nice. So I love my college experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's so amazing. What was it like playing for the Fan Controlled Football League versus going the NFL route?
It's not ideal, obviously, because I want to play in the NFL, but I like to think that this is a stepping stone in my journey, and my story still being written. I feel like this is a lead need in order to kind of prove ourselves against some good competition in hopes to get to the next level. So being a part of the first season was amazing, and it was a blessing, and I'm glad that I made the most of it.
What is the game day like, a typical game day like for the Fan Control Football League as the Glaciers?
Yeah. So it was a little bit different because obviously we were in a bubble in a hotel, so we couldn't really leave. But coach lets us get our rest. We sleep in a little bit, make sure we get our 8 hours, have a nice breakfast, have an offensive meeting to brush up on the game plan, make sure everybody knows what they're doing. We'll even do a little walkthrough sometimes if necessary. We get a little bit more downtime after that to kind of just relax, get in the zone, get focused. We have a couple of Zoom calls with the commissioner, a pastor, and things like that. And then we load up the vans and head over to the stadium a couple hours before kickoff. I shouldn't say kickoff. There are no kickoffs in the FCF, but until the game starts. But it's great, man. You can feel the intensity. Everybody there's competitive and wants to win, and we know the fans are fired up for the game. So it's awesome, dude. The game days are great.
Can you talk about, of course, being one of the team captains? And I know how the Fan Control Football, you switch teams every week, but
Right.
I know that you don't switch teams because you're a franchise player. Can you talk
Right.
about being a franchise player and what that means?
Dude, that was so cool, really, because there's nothing I didn't make that official. It was the fans that made it official. They voted me to be a franchise tag. So just knowing that the fans believed I was good enough and they wanted me on their team, that was an amazing feeling. And man, it was cool to be franchise tagged and put on the same uniform every week, as opposed to a guy that like you said, changes uniforms every week. So that was awesome.
Can you talk about the transition of, I know that you're a wide receiver, correct?
Yes.
Can you talk about that transition of being a wide receiver and having a quarterback that changes out every week and not knowing, of course, how they throw or if y'all have that chemistry?
Right. Well, the thing is we practice hard, and the FCF training camp was a grind. So we get so many reps with every quarterback. Every quarterback and receiver has somewhat of a chemistry just because of practice. Coach Jenks believes in getting a multitude of reps, as he says. So we work hard and we get our work in practice. So, we're all professionals and we play at a high enough level where we should be able to adapt to whoever's playing quarterback and receiver.
How does it feel to wear the Glacier Boyz uniform your whole entire career as the Fan Controlled Football player?
It feels awesome, man. Like I said before, the fans want me to be in that uniform, and they believe in me. So I love being a franchise player, and I'm so thankful that I got tagged. And I'm sure the other franchise tag guys would say the same thing.
Where do you see your future of playing for professional football leading?
Hopefully to the top, man. Hopefully trying to get to the NFL. I'd love to play in the CFL or the XFL as well. But I love the Fan Controlled Football League, and if that's the only league that wants to give me an opportunity to be great, then so be it. I'm okay with that, and I'm just going to keep giving it my best wherever I play.
In 2022, whenever the XFL comes back, do you foresee yourself going out for tryouts?
Yes, definitely.
What do you look forward to preparing for now that will help you in 2022 as you try out for the XFL?
It's all the same stuff I've always done. It's being consistent every day, because every day is a grind. It's a mental battle. Because being an athlete isn't easy. You got to push yourself and you got to get better. So not only physically preparing my body for those tryouts and whatever 2022 holds, but mentally as well, because you just got to have a different mentality playing pro football. So just being consistent and, not having a couple good days a week, but trying to make every day of the week a great day to get better, really.
That's amazing. What advice would you give upcoming future professional football players looking to start playing professional?
Well, if you want to play professional football, then you have something that a lot of people can't teach or don't have, and that's a love for the game. You don't play professional football if you don't love it. So that's a huge part of it right there, because that motivates guys a lot. And really just, always wanting to be better, never getting content, with success. Because unless you're one of the best players in the NFL, there's always room to get better, and, until you reach that level. So really just being consistent and working hard, man. It's the truth.
What advice would you give somebody looking to start playing football and working their way to making it to the NFL?
Yeah. I would say to be coachable, because you can't teach yourself how to play the game. When you're a kid, when you're younger, you got to find coaches and people that know the game and want to help you, and you got to listen to them, and you got to be coachable. You got to start somewhere. And like I said before, if you love it, you'll put everything you have into it. So that's a huge part of it that a lot of kids don't have, playing high school football or middle school football, that they don't really have a passion for the game. And that's okay. You can't teach that, but kids that really love the game and want to be great, they just got to be coachable and put forth 100% effort. And they'll see good things happen.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
Instagram and Twitter is at Andrew Jamiel, and follow me on Twitch as well at AJ18.
Thank you again, Andrew Jamiel, for your interview, and best of luck with the Glacier Boyz in the future.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it, bro. Have a good one.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.